Hello, YouTube. It's Matthew Barrett again. Another related subject to the revelations process that I believe is going on right now. This is Gina Marie Colvin again. Very fastidious woman when it comes to examining footage all across the world, so she gets cited a lot. You should be used to it. Here she goes.
I just saw this earthquake in Mexico, and they were talking about these strange blue lights that were seen during the earthquake, but there were different colored lights also. We're going to look at a few of the pictures.
This is
There's
incredible.
definitely something unnatural about this earthquake.
Yeah.
It's strange. We're going to listen to the video. It's in Spanish.
Watch.
And
let's
listen to it and see the lights in the sky.
Exactamente el momento en el que el Servicio Sismológico Nacional está dando como la hora de inicio de este sismo, que ya decía Ana Paula, preliminar 6.9, con localización a 14 kilómetros al sureste de Acapulco, Guerrero, que fue el primer sensor, digamos, que captó este movimiento telúrico ahí en las costas del Océano Pacífico, en las costas del estado de Guerrero, y esta es pues la imagen del momento aquí en las antenas de Televisa Chapultepec. Un movimiento telúrico que las autoridades dicen de fuerte a muy fuerte, que fue cómo se sintió. Hace unos exactamente el momento en el que el servicio sismológico.
So as you can see from that video, something strange is happening. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you.
That's Gina.
She takes a picture, and in that picture is this ET.
Yeah, that is an epic photo.
He puts the camera over in that direction.
And that guy's similar. That's Carl Sagan. He's cool. And there was another one over here. I think that might be it. It's 7 months ago. Go to recent. And yeah, it is pretty much the latest extinction event. Hey, that was one of mine with one view. Awesome. Probably me seeing what it looked like.
This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well today, folks. Got a lot of storms
Salrdaddy.
all across the board, folks. Just to let you know that you're living in a sci-fi movie, of course. For example, we have this story here of rents rising quickly everywhere. You know, when that moratorium wasn't extended, when they tried to extend it, but it didn't work. Yeah, now apparently rents are going up everywhere. You're probably going to need a high...
This is one of the guys I watch for financial reasons usually. He's an investment advisor and runs some stores and stuff, but he's been covering the news during this time of revelations, basically.
credit score or something. You know, they're going to be adding a little bit of stuff to it, considering the fact that they had a lot of people not paying them. You know what I mean?
Blue Kachina.
So it's going to take a little bit more to get into one now than it used to. Thanks to all the things being closed and people losing their jobs. Great stuff, of course. But if you ask some people, everything's perfect. We're in a great economy. Everything's awesome.
Which is not
right?
the truth.
But then those who actually understand what's going on, you know, those that really know economics, understand what's coming. And there's some really interesting stuff we're seeing. And actually, that's not all we're going to be talking about. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about in this video. Even Kanye West, Justin Bieber. Yeah, I know. I don't usually talk about those dudes. I actually know that's from my other video, my other channel.
Why would you?
Yeah, go check out my other channel as well. Anyway, I was getting a little bit confused there. We actually have a lot of stuff to cover, though. A lot of different topics, but some really interesting stuff. Or actually, I wouldn't say interesting. Not exactly good stuff.
I'm going to say if you like money and making more money, this is a good guy to listen to here over at Salrdaddy and his other channels.
Happening. We'll be getting into it in a second here. First, I wanted to get into this. The S&P 500. You notice it's kind of at pretty high levels of recent. It's in the, I think it was like 4,500 last I looked. I mean, last month it was like 3.8. Okay. And of course, it's all this monopoly money that we're using these days of printed money left and right. And now some of these experts in this realm are saying that they're expecting the S&P to fall literally to 800. Yes, from 4,300 or 500 to 800. They even wrote, this is not a typo. Okay, we literally mean 800. We're talking literally down 80%. You know, like the stock market goes all the way down 80%. So it's like a 20% level. That's what they're saying is probably going to happen. Now, of course, that's juxtapositioned with the whole idea of hyper, as you'd say, inflation, which, of course, it looks like it's a guarantee at this point, considering some of the stuff I'm going to show you in a minute here, which is really interesting. Now, of course, this was in Forbes, by the way. This was in Forbes. You see that? Forbes.
That's
okay?
a big deal, y'all.
That was Forbes.
That is seriously a big deal. That is the and has been the leading magazine in investment and banking as long as there has been European investing and banking.
They're the ones saying it's going to go down 80%. And we even have banks coming out third quarter saying, no, wait, we were wrong in our projections that we literally made weeks ago. We're making it way lower now. Okay, so here's an example, and this isn't even linear. This is like logarithmic.
Oh, they
going
set
up
the
from,
market.
what is this?
Oh, that's not good.
From 30 way down here at the bottom to about 3,700. And we're actually going to be going from literally down from 4,000 down to 800. Again, this is not even logarithmic. So if this, I mean, it is logarithmic. If it was linear, it'd look even more ridiculous. But you get kind of the idea at any rate. So this guy, actually a number of people have already come out with this. Here we have Economic Ninja talking about this. He mentions the fact that the petrodollar system is essentially going down, folks. We have more confirmation that other countries are getting around using our dollar to buy oil. And the latest story is right here. Gazprom here, Neft moves to the yuan, fueling their planes. Okay, so they're not using the dollar. Okay, which means, of course, we can't push.
Oh, and
When I was a kid, my dad and I used to call this place the Devil's Run.
Yep, lightning crashes and so does the dollar.
To other countries as we've been doing for the last, I don't know, how long has it been? What is it, 70s or something, or whatever it was. It's been a while, okay? So at any rate, we can't push our inflation off onto other people, other places, which means we're going to be eating all that inflation. And of course, right now, for August, they came out with the statistics, and actually I think that's farther up in my number of stories I wanted to cover, but essentially August is the highest yet. I'm going to show the graph in a little bit, but of course, like I said, this was the whole point. They had set up a cooperation with those that own OPEC. This is what we're talking about, okay? They set up a deal, and this is how essentially we started out. We started out the exact same way with OPEC. And this is how we were able to make everybody use dollars to purchase oil, which allowed us to pass our inflation off to other countries, which, by the way, we still have.
Which is going to be just one part of the dollar crashing, a potential U.S. revolution, probable U.S. revolution, due to the illegitimate government's illegal actions of late, posting that they're going to require mid-sized companies to require their employees to have a vaccine, which violates personal privacy rights. So we're talking revolution, World War III, the dollar's crashing, famine, spamdemic, plague.
Ridiculous inflation. because of course we went off the gold standard before that. Now we're going to have basically zero.
And all that's why there are UFOs flying around everywhere. People are ignoring because they're too busy with their personal drama to look up into the sky. And the Blue Kachina event, which is I believe that would be the Armageddon event. Not the Revelations, but that would be the Armageddon event, where a blue light comes and flashes through the whole sky. It should be epic.
Standards, and just break the the on switch for the printer.
If the
Just
blue
let
light
it keep
part happens and
printing
everybody sees
while all these other countries are like, whatever, dude, we don't need you anymore. We don't need your dollars. We're gonna go do our own thing. Matter of fact, they're not even listening to the other stuff that's going on either, which I mentioned in my other video about the the top GDP countries are literally ignoring all this stuff about, you must have this thing, you must have the face, as you would say, covering, you must have the past, as you would say, port. They're ignoring all that. The top GDP
Traveling papers for Nazi America.
countries, Japan, Germany, they're all starting to say, whatever, dude, to the US of A. Whatever. To the ones that run this place. Which, of course, is not people that you and I would exactly like that run this place. As you can see, the most popular, new, as you would say, prez got in there. Super popular. Super successful. Can almost stay awake while talking to people. It's great stuff, of course. Now, pardon my sarcasm, folks. This is what I was talking about. Morgan Stanley.
Entirely do, I think.
Just like, what was it, weeks ago? Well, how long ago was it? 2 weeks ago. They put out a forecast. I can't even speak. Forecast for quarter three, right? And it was already ridiculously low. They were expecting nothing. They were like, this is really bad.
Yeah.
And they made it way worse under prediction. They went down to 2.9% from 6.5. So, a lot of banks are coming out like this with ridiculously low forecasts. Bank of America.
They're going to
There's
stop
some other ones
lines
as well.
of credit,
Here we have the
hike
global food
interest
prices.
rates,
Global,
global food prices.
if it wasn't any
skyrocket.
more, ridiculous, you would think it was off the page. You know what I mean? I mean, this is what we're talking about, folks. And this is not monthly. This is not monthly here. This is quarterly. So we're talking four of these is a
4
year.
months. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see for years and years it was pretty much the same, and all of a sudden, let's go up high. Let's just keep going. And oh, by the way, nobody has to use their dollars to buy oil anymore. Let's just keep going higher and higher. Oh, let's just keep printing money. Oh, look, see, your dollar's worthless now. It's pretty cool. 5 years from now, it's going to be worth 10 cents what it is today, maybe. That might actually be a realistic projection there. I don't know.
Okay.
That might even be like an underprojection projection.
Which is exactly why I say if you have any money in the bank, put it in metals, silver, gold, platinum, copper, even things that appreciate in value while the dollar crashes in value. It's recession proof. It's a way to buffer against this exact kind of event. Put it in solid commodities.
That's not funny, actually, folks. But you gotta laugh at the sci-fi movie we're living in now, folks. It's great stuff, of course. And of course, now, guess what they came out with? You thought it was already, the most ridiculous sci-fi movie you ever saw, but here we go. We got more. We got more for you, folks. Look at this. By the way, so that solution, the solution to the that wasn't good enough.
It's a flu.
That wasn't good enough. You need to take one of these
It's less
every
dangerous
day.
than a regular flu.
Every day, you got to take one of these. Right here. This is what they're literally talking about. A daily one now, folks. Now we're really getting into sci-fi movies, by the way. We're really getting into sci-fi.
It's the fallen. The people they call, or entities they call the fallen, are the ones who are ultimately in charge. The movies have been telling you the truth in a fictionalized way. Cabin in the Woods is a perfect example. All this is being done to appease the fallen.
Movies at this point. There was a movie I watched. I remember they would take a daily, eat one of these every day. Okay, it was this movie here. And I remember literally it was so that they could basically make the
Equilibrium.
people do as you would say they would want them to do.
Right. It is
Literally, they had
ultimately
like
control.
completely
It's
changed the
not
people
about
because they were taking the
safety.
And there was one guy who decided not to take it, you know, and then he saved everything. That was the movie. It was this movie here. It had Christian Bale in it. I remember watching this and I was like, wow, Christian Bale actually is a pretty good actor. And that was back when he wasn't really known, or at least he was completely forgotten at that point. Later he played Batman and all that kind of stuff. But he did a really good job in that movie, actually. That was a really good movie. At any rate, now we're living in it. So, just so you know. And of course, there's other movies like that. What was the other one? There's probably about 10 movies like that. What was the other one? I had another one pulled up here. The Giver. Is that it? Is that the movie? Yeah, I think this is the movie right here. Okay, that's another one where they were literally taking something every day. And there's another one. There's another one that just came out. And this picture actually reminded me of the other movie. There's literally another movie that just came out. I can't remember what it's called. They're in space. They're going to another planet. And they're taking something every day as well. And so there's like a million movies like this. At any rate, you get kind of the idea. So that's what we're living in now, folks. They want to literally do
Plus
that.
1984.
As you would say, you know.
So they're listening to me.
Of
Make
course,
this
the good
broadcast
news
for you.
is, like I said, those that are doing all this, those that have, you would say, the power, they're losing all their money. They're the ones that own the reserve. The reserve is running out of money. I mean, they're printing money, but it's going to be worthless. And on top of that, all the top GDP are literally ignoring us now. And they're also getting around our dollar. So what does that tell you? Those that are doing all this, telling you you have to get this thing, and wear a face, as you would say, covering, those people that run, as you would say, the world, are now losing, as you would say, the power. So do not be surprised if this finally goes the right direction. I actually think it will in the end. I know a lot of people don't think that. I actually do. But that's just my opinion. At any rate, I should also mention I am doing more in-depth videos that cover some of the stuff I can't talk about over here on my website.
It's unfortunate that has to be done that way.
And links in the description.
A lot of others are. There are a lot of truthers. You may know them as conspiracy theorists who have gone to other communication sites due to the censorship and ultimately the mockery and destruction of the First Amendment. But if you're watching this, don't pray to God for help. You are the help that God sent. Pray for strength to be that. Thank you. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever the case may be, wherever you are when you hear this. Man out.